Hey guys, it's Annie, Creative.Cliche. In today's makeup tutorial, I'm going to be transforming myself into the cartoon character Jasmine from Aladdin. So if you guys want to see even more content, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'll have it linked right up here. On YouTube, I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Sometimes I'll do bonus videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So if you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And yeah, if you want to see me transform myself into Jasmine, then keep watching. Okay guys, so off camera I already used my toner, so I'm just starting off with some... Wait, what the hell? Look at those nails! In between color touch-ups with my hair, I always mix in my hair dye with my conditioner. And honestly guys, I didn't use gloves this time, but I didn't realize how bad they looked until I just saw them on this video right now. Like, what is that? Oh my god. Anyway, I'm starting off with my foundation. This is the Maybelline Superstay in the shade 125. Just making sure that my neck and my face are fully buffed in. Then I'm going in with the setting powder just to keep it in place. And this one is by Pretty Vulgar. Now we're moving on to contouring. So I'm pretty much just focusing on the bottom half of my nose since I feel like she doesn't really have a defined nose bridge. And of course I'm making sure to chisel out my cheekbones and that jawline, especially since I feel like her face is just like so like crazy defined, so I'm trying to mimic that. For her eyeshadow, I went in with this light champagne shade. It's called Treasure, and this is from the Rainforest of the Sea collection by Tarte, and I used that on my eyelids. Then for the crease, I'm going in with this soft brown shade from the Queen of Hearts palette, just to give it a little more dimension. Plus, I feel like her makeup is always like way more done up than the rest of the Disney princesses. Let me know if you think that too, but I always feel like it is. I'm just taking that foundation off of my lips real quick because it was looking crusty. Then I'm getting started on my eye shape. I'm extending that inner corner of my eyelids down and creating a new baseline just to make them look a little bigger. This technique was created by Miss Gaymat here on Instagram. Not here on Instagram, this is YouTube, but over on Instagram. If you guys don't follow him, seriously, this guy's amazing. I don't know how he does it. Jasmine has that thick eyeliner look, so I'm going in with this graphic pen this graphic pen by, I think it's Dulce or Dolce, I can never pronounce it. But I'm just elongating my eye by dragging that wing up and out to just under my eyebrow here. And I'm connecting that to my lash line all the way down to that new inner corner that we created. And this is just the perfect way to melt those lines together. Now taking a break from those eyes, I'm moving on to the eyebrows. I'm going in with the black eyeshadow from the James Charles palette, and I'm kind of filling them in how I normally would, but just giving it more of like a harsh, angled start to the brow. Is that like a start to the brow? What's the inner brow called? Now going back to the eyes, I'm filling in that lower space with a white Paradise paint by Mayron. Then I'm grabbing this brick red paint by the same palette, and I'm drawing in that bottom half of her iris, and I'm going over it with a brown eyeshadow. I used the reddish tone because I feel like her eyes have like a reddish brown tint to them, so I really wanted to try to get as close to that shade as possible. I'm just lining that bottom half of my new eye with that black eyeshadow. I'm prepping my eyelashes with some mascara and lining my waterline with this light brown pencil just to blend them together a little more, but I feel like this brown pencil didn't really do too much, but I'm just letting you know. Just to give her a little bit more glamour, I'm darkening up the outer creases of my eyelid with this medium brown eyeshadow, and then I'm adding some blush. To define those irises, I'm going in with a black paint just to outline them, and I'm adding a little pupil here, kind of like a half pupil. I feel like you can't even see it anyway, but you know. For my lips, I wound up coating them like 10 times because I couldn't figure out what color I wanted. So when I reach the final one, I'll let you know, but there's like 10 that I go through, so I'm not gonna waste your time with that. But right now, I'm just outlining them with a brown shade, just like they did in the 90s, just to give it a little more dimension, and also I wanted to tie in that cartoon vibe in there. And oh, I'm adding a white highlight in there just with some white paint. Now to put a little bit more life in my face, I'm adding a bit of highlighter. So I'm going in with that shade Treasure again by the Rainforest of the Sea palette, and I'm going down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes, and the sides of my cheekbones. Ugh, I was so annoyed with myself for forgetting to turn the camera back on, especially since it was such a long amount of time. Like, I normally notice right away when that happens, or at least like 5 minutes in, but this was like at least 45 minutes went past. Ugh, alright. Let me stop the tape real quick just to explain what I did so that you can get caught up. So for my face, I cut out the sides of my jawline to give my face a thinner appearance, and I made it black to make it look like her hair was falling around it. And I also mimicked that effect to her neck as well, just to continue that like loose bulge look that her hair has from being tied back loosely. I feel like that was like a really hard explanation. Okay, so for the top piece of her dress, it has kind of like a draped fabric. It's almost like an organza kind of fabric. So I watered down my paint a little bit just to give it more of like a sheer effect. And I went in with the teal shade just to paint the bottom half. For all of her jewelry, I used a yellow paint and I shaded around it using a brown eyeshadow just to give it a little bit of depth. Added a highlight using white paint, and we're all caught up. I'm adding some of that teal that I used on the bottom half of her shirt just to that top piece there, that like organza fabric shade. And I'm also using like that brown eyeshadow and a little bit of black just to add a little bit of movement on it, just like a slight definition. Just to darken her wing a little bit, I'm just going over it with a black paint. Depending on what picture you look at of Jasmine, she has kind of like a glittery, shiny top. So of course, I'll take the opportunity and use some glitter. So I went in with this white iridescent glitter. This one is by Blend Minerals, and it's in the number 9. Now for a few quick touches, I'm painting over her jewel with a blue paint. I'm going in with the final lip color, which is the color Secret by CoverGirl, and I'm just adding her earrings real quick. Now for the cool part. Since I needed my hair tied back to create that bulge of hers, I couldn't use my own hair to create her ponytail, so I decided to draw it on. So I'm just sketching this out real quick with a black eyeshadow, and I'm gonna fill it in using some black paint. Okay, so I'm just steering away from the hair real quick just to add some shading and highlighting to the earrings and popping on some eyelashes. Now for the final touches. I'm filling in her hair ties with this light blue paint. I'm securing her headpiece down with some bobby pins. I'm bringing her hairline down a little further, just up and out. Defining her nose contour, adding a little blush, adding a little black liner to my waterline, and then topping off my eyelids with the champagne eyeshadow. That was a lot to say. And that's the finished look, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I hope that you liked it. Jasmine was my all-time favorite princess growing up, her and Pocahontas. So let me know what you think. I really want to hear your opinions. Did you like the ponytail? That was honestly my all-time favorite part, so let me know what you think. And yeah, you can also give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. You can also subscribe to my channel and hit that bell to be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, stay creative.